Hi guys! Today I show you how to make the installation of the steering wheel spacer on a Fiat 500 with automatic gearbox. Let's go! The first step is disconnect the battery. The negative terminal of the battery must be unplugged and insulated somehow with even a plastic bag, something that not connect electric power for the whole duration of the procedure. And the first step here is pull out these two plastic shrouds because we have to unplug the airbag, and to pull it out we have to gain room, we have to gain access to two holes which are behind the steering wheel. So we must remove these two shrouds first. These are bolted on the car with 4 bolts, and they engage each other with the plastic clamps. One screw is here. The procedure is exactly the same in case the car is right-hand drive. For our UK friends, or Japanese, South Africa, India, everywhere they drive on the other side. Let's not say which one is wrong and which not. Okay, the bolts are out. It's not mandatory they fell off. Okay. When the bolts are unscrewed, you must clamp like this, and they come out. Okay? Normally, this junction is very strong, and you must pull very hard if it's the first time that you operate on the steering wheel. This car is used, so they may have done something with the steering wheel in past, because it's very easy to unclamp here. This side not. Okay. This is the first part. Be careful, because this edge can not cut your, you cannot hurt yourself, but you can scratch parts of the car if you don't handle them carefully. So let's put them somewhere. To remove the top part, you must unscrew other 2 bolts, which if you put your head down here, you see them. I know where they are because I did it many times, and I can find them only just putting my finger. 1 and 2. Okay, you can leave the bolts here. Usually I do. I never lose these bolts. This is the other plastic shroud. Same consideration. These little edges can scratch the surface of your steering wheel, your dashboard, or even maybe little damage on the cloth here. So you better handle it with care and store them far away. There are 3 holes in which you have to put a flat screwdriver to unclamp 3 springs, which must be pushed outside from the steering wheel to make the airbag unclamp. Okay, this is a screwdriver you can use. If it's a little shorter, maybe it's better. Not too short, because too short you cannot do the job. This is the most difficult part of the job, because you have to find the spring by feeling. You cannot see them, you can do nothing. When I put the screwdriver in the bottom hole, flat, like this, in this direction. And when I feel that there is the spring, I start to disengage it by twisting the screwdriver 90 degrees, and then I use these fingers to pull them down, and the airbag will unclamp from that spring. And I will do the same for the other two springs. Okay, I forgot, I told you to disconnect the battery, but I forgot to do it myself. Come here. This is one of the reasons why you must unconnect the battery first. Also, on the Fiat 500, it's very easy to disconnect the battery. You don't need any tool, because there is a lever. You push it and pull it out, and it's free. Don't leave it like that. This is plastic. You can put it here, so there will not be any contact. Let's go back in the car. So, flat screwdriver, inside the hole, twist and pull. Also, when you put the screwdriver inside the hole, at some point you find a sort of wall. During the twist and pull step, keep force in this direction. Otherwise, it's easy that you overtake the spring and you do nothing. You stay there for hours, a whole afternoon, for example, trying to disconnect one spring. The other two holes are here in the back, and there is no room to go inside because we touch the dashboard with the back of the screwdriver. So you better unlock the steering wheel and do the job here. Okay, found. Twist. Okay, no, it jumped away. Okay. Okay, all the three springs are unclamped. Now, the airbag is still connected to the car by two connectors. They all have a secure lock, which you better find before pull. Never pull connectors like this. One is for the horn, and inside the steering wheel you may find one or two for the airbag, because on the Fiat 500, depending on the model year, the Fiat put a single stage or dual stage airbag. By the way, it's just one more connector to unplug. Okay, one. They have a sort of button, radial button, that you have to push to unlock. And even when you push it, the connector is still pretty hard to pull out, okay? Don't expect that you push and it pops out. You have to pull it. Look, also everything is little and not easy to handle. Okay, this is our airbag. We store it away. I want to show you one thing. Come here. Okay, the airbag has 3 springs. These are the 3 springs. 1, 2, and 3. And they clamp to these hooks. 1, 2, 3. And they are in this position behind. And when you look, when you use this tool to unclamp the spring, you go from the back and make the spring do like this, tack, and come out. You move this way, and when the spring is here, it pops out, the airbag, okay? Here, in this position, the same, you push the spring outside and it pops out, and here it is the same. You push down and the spring come out. Look, you push the spring outside the steering wheel. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, then we remove this one. They put a plug on the central nut. And there is one more connector to unplug. This red connector is for the steering wheel buttons and the pedal shifters. If your car is a manual gearbox, it's everything the same. The whole procedure is the same. And there is no more or less connector inside. You will simply have less pin terminals inside the connector. Okay? These are simply two switches which are bolted on the frame of the steering wheel. And on the manual car, these switches are missing. So inside here, 2 or maybe 3 pins are missing, but nothing else changed. And look, let me show you. This is a manual car Fiat 500 steering wheel. This is the same connector and has 6 pins instead of 8. Okay? So nothing changed between manual and automatic. And just for curiosity, I want to show you this. This is a Ferrari steering wheel. You know that Ferrari belongs to Fiat. And it has the same spline machining inside and the same connector. And also many cars from the Fiat group shares these little parts inside, these little hidden parts. But it's just for curiosity. Let's go on with our job. Okay, we must unbolt this big nut. 24. You need a 24 socket range. Forgive my English, guys. I'm getting old and I'm forgetting my English. I was fluent in English many years ago when I was a child. But now, the less I travel, the less I'm fluent in English. Okay, now the central nut is unbolted, is unscrewed, but just be sure that the steering wheel does this movement, because sometimes it happens that the steering wheels glue on the steering column, and it's very hard to pull it out. And if you pull it out without being sure that it slides, you may pull out the wires also, and you damage the clock spring assembly. Okay, now the steering wheel can come out, and we just gently pull it out and make the wires slide into the slot. Okay, one connector, another one, okay, and another one again. Okay, guys, you will receive the steering wheel spacer pre-assembled. You have to unscrew the bolts, leave the steel shaft down there for a while, and start to put the bore splined part, which replicates the steering wheel, in the steering column. Gently make the wires go into the slot, one by one. Okay? And when they are all three inside, put the female part, the aluminium part of the spacer, into the shaft. There is only one way to do it. You cannot jump or miss a tooth of the gear cutting of the spline, because the the spline of the Fiat 500 has three big marks. One is here. You see there are many little teeth, and one is missing. So you cannot miss position. Just when you find the correct one, the steering wheel spacer will go in, okay? Now you use the nut of the car to tighten this part of the spacer on the steering column. At some point, the steering lock system, how can I say, lock, and you just go ahead, tighten the nut a little while more. The tightening torque is 60 to 70 Newton meter. Okay, let's put the shaft back and tighten the 5 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, pay attention. Make the steering wheel go into the steering wheel spacer. Put the wires in the slot and make the steering wheel go into the shaft. Okay, guys? Okay. There is a little play before tightening the second nut, but it's normal, okay? And the 2 slots from the one of the steering wheel and the same corresponding one on the steering wheel spacer must be in line, but the steering wheel spacer has the same markers in the spline than all the rest of the system, the column, the other part of the spacer. So you cannot jump a tooth again, like I did before. Let's tighten this one. This is 22. If there is a friend that holds the steering wheel, it's better, but it's okay. I always did these jobs by myself and everything goes fine. Oh. First of all, the steering wheel commands and pedal shifter connectors. Okay. Then let's go here. You have to put the same connectors in the same place as before. Pay attention to respect the alignment. Otherwise, you can't simply make the connector go in. 1, 2, and the horn. Okay, you should hear the click. Okay. Okay, so these are gone. You pre-align the airbag with the steering wheel and then simply push it. Okay. The horn works Last two steps, put these parts back. One. Two. Just make sure that the plastics are correctly matched together before push them, otherwise you are going to damage all these little how can I say, teeth clamps. And then the last two screws okay, job done. Finally I can drive comfortably and enjoy much more this simple but fantastic and Italian car. Let's make a little test. The stalks works and the radio buttons works. Volume up, volume down, mute, moto. And if I go manual, first, second, okay, it goes. The clock, no, I will fit the clock. Okay, it's okay, it works. Okay, guys. Bye-bye. Thanks a lot for following us. And please support us on our website and follow us in all our inventions and parts.
Devi nominare anche Instagram e Facebook. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. It's important. Yes. Sorry, no.